You might think jungle dominance comes from better training, better gear, or better funding. It doesn't. Because what you're about to hear wasn't built quickly, and it wasn't built deliberately at first. It was built by necessity. Watch this until the end, not because the story is dramatic, but because the conclusion is uncomfortable. This doctrine works precisely because it can't be copied easily, and most attempts to imitate it fail quietly, long before anyone admits why. Most militaries enter jungle environments believing doctrine can simply be adapted, urban tactics adjusted, desert logistics modified. The Philippines learned the hard way that this assumption fails. The jungle doesn't allow shortcuts, it punishes imported assumptions. And over decades, it forced a different kind of military thinking to emerge, not through innovation, but through correction. This doctrine wasn't designed in conference rooms. It evolved through continuous exposure, patrol after patrol, mistake after mistake, recovery failure after recovery failure. Most people stop the story here. What happens next is where it gets interesting. The first realization was simple but radical. The jungle doesn't defeat tactics, it defeats bodies. So doctrine began with biology, not maneuver. Everything else became secondary. Speed was deprioritized, movement slowed intentionally, endurance replaced aggression as the primary metric of success. This next part sounds obvious, almost nobody actually does it. Training stopped emphasizing how fast objectives could be reached. It emphasized how long units could remain functional, mentally and physically, without degradation. Time, not distance, became the true measure. Recovery became operational. Hydration schedules were rigid, sleep cycles protected aggressively. Rest was no longer weakness, it was capability. Calorie expenditure was tracked differently, loads were adjusted, energy conservation became doctrine, not personal discipline. This is where visiting units quietly fall behind. Small injuries were treated as operational threats, skin integrity, foot care, fungal infections ignored elsewhere became serious concerns here. Most doctrines think in hours or days. This one thinks in weeks. The jungle rewards whoever still functions when others quietly degrade. Elite foreign units arrive optimized for intensity. That strength becomes a liability. Energy spikes accelerate breakdown. But here's where it gets interesting. Local doctrine doesn't try to dominate the jungle. It yields to it. Adaptation isn't aggressive, it's submissive, deliberate, and patient. Command emphasizes restraint. Overexertion is discouraged. Success is measured by sustained readiness, not visible action. Technology is useful, but never relied upon. When batteries fail or optics fog, the doctrine remains intact because it never depended on them in the first place. This doctrine requires patience, institutional humility, and acceptance of limits, things large militaries struggle to embrace. There's no moment of failure, just a realization. Their training assumptions no longer apply. Biology has quietly taken control. After-action reports focus on outcomes. They miss sustainability. They miss erosion. And that's the real lesson. The advantage isn't strength, it's continuity. Still thinking clearly when others begin compensating. And in the next episode, I'll show you how smaller militaries quietly embarrass larger ones, not through strength, but through understanding terrain most doctrines still underestimate.